Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Choochin on a Tuesday down by the old railroad tracks. Don't be fooled by the blue sky. It was really kind of a weird sort of day today. I'm out here with the Canon, the Vixia HFR 40, which I hope is the new standard for shooting here on the Murphy channel. The old HCV 100 sort of gave out after shooting about 1,000 videos. So we're shooting with this one today, and it's an outstanding. You've seen some of my videos I've shot on the O'Kelly channel, and the quality of them in cinema mode is almost beyond belief. You know, guys, I got a lot of feedback on the yesterday's Chooch about transitioning and the mistake that some girls make, and making it to the point where they don't even realize the peril that they're in. And like I said, the gal that said, I'm gloriously happy. I'm down to my last $200. I just sent my wife the mortgage payment, and I got to live on $200 for the rest of the month, but I'm happy. I mean, are you out of your frickin' mind? This is what I'm talking about when it comes to some issues of reality in the trans community. It's hard for some girls to look beyond what I call looking beyond the mirror at what comes back. And one of the things I've always been blessed with, and sometimes it's a curse, and it stood me in excellent stead when it comes to things like investing and looking into the future and making predictions. I've always had an uncanny ability to forecast the future and to see good and bad stuff before it happens. And one of the things that I always look at is my sisters in the trans community and who I think is doing stuff the right way. And look, I ain't no saint. I'm not talking about myself. I've made my share of goof ups and screw ups and, well, fuck ups and everything, and I take full responsibility for them. You know, it says shoemaker's kids go bare, right? Sometimes I don't spend enough time looking ahead into my own future. I'm so busy looking ahead at other stuff and chasing the buck and all that because of the fun and the joy of being being an investor and being a, well, one percenter. I was like, Rosie, you're so full of shit, right? But I do enjoy things like that. But you know, you have to live in the real world when you're transitioning, and it's incredible the way that you can just sometimes flip-flop your life and destroy it just for the sake of your own sort of personal happiness. Not your personal mental health, but your personal sort of happiness. And I got some flack for my upload yesterday. Some girls said, you just don't know the realities of it. Yeah, I do know the realities of it. I've dwelled on it before over the last year and a half or so. I've certainly talked plenty of times about my own personal situation and the incredible lengths I went to get my family back, and the way I wish I had done stuff in a more organized and sort of family friendly way. I wouldn't have had to pay the price. But the one advantage that I had that so few of my sisters have is the advantage of having that money, of having a good steady job, of sort of having made my fortune in life where I don't have to worry about where the next meal's coming from, and I still screwed it up. This is why I spend so much time talking about topics in transition, because it's so easy to do stuff the wrong way, and you can end up in this situation now where you think you're happy, but that happiness is so transitory and it's going to pass so quickly, because day by day the reality is going to set in living in the real world, and the choices that you make have definite consequences. So are you painting a picture of yourself getting implants and moving ahead in life and succeeding, making yourself all glamorous, getting your facial feminization surgery and shopping and going on your $1,000 shopping sprees. But the reality is, you'll be lucky to make the rent from month to month because you didn't do things like transitioning the right way. Especially when it comes to things like finance. What I've always said is the real Achilles heel of the whole transitioning program is the inability to properly budget and finance and understand what you're up against. When you choose to tell the world, this is what I am, well, in the early days anyway, the early days of your transition, the world bites back. And sometimes it bites back hard. And you see these girls, I've seen it for the last 6 years that I've been following girls on YouTube. They start uploading like a world of fire, and then the realities hit of the transition. And then they just disappear off of YouTube, and you hear later that they detransitioned and they're struggling to get back with their families and never could find a decent job again. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be careful. So when it irks me, a lot of these people look at these sites like Princess Jewel and how to tuck your penis and all these kind of uploads, but she's not talking about the reality of the everyday girl and everyday things that you're going to be hit with when you transition, and how to make some extra money and how to survive and get by. It's just not on the agenda. It's all tilted towards the glamour and the the look at me and look at my flawless makeup and all that. Not that there's not a place for that. And I admire there's a lot of young transgender girls that are real beauties, but they've not had to go out and make their mark in the real world yet. They can be what I call the mommy and daddy transgender on the weekend. And there's a big difference between having family and other stuff and transitioning and just being going up to your bedroom and playing the game and all that. But think very carefully before you pull the trigger on going out there and going full time. And make sure you understand all of the consequences. One of the most important things that you got to realize is that you got to make a living and you got to keep making some money. If you love your kids and you care about your ex and the bomb that you dropped on her, you're going to try to make their landing as soft as possible. And not do this thing I continuously see of just pulling the trap door open beneath a family standard living and just letting them fall through and gravity have its effect. And the family just circles the drain. Do stuff the right way. Have a heart. Have a little caring. Yeah, I don't mind getting criticized sometimes for talking the tough topics, but I live the tough topics and I've got a lot of years behind me on it. And I really care about girls getting a good shake and making sure that when people think of transgender girls, they don't think of what a screwed up psychological mess they are, and damn trannies, selfish. I want people to have a good opinion of what it is to be transgender. And a lot of that comes from doing stuff the right way and setting a good example. That's just my take on it, but it's my take because I care. Thanks so much for watching.